just a quick disclaimer, I recorded this before they released the trailer for part 2 of Emily in Paris, so that is why I don't address some of the things that are in the trailer now. Did I predict them? Did I do my big one on that? I did indeed. But yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know that and give y'all heads up. So thank you for watching, and I'll shut up now and we'll get back to our regularly scheduled program.
Shelby, so y'all, we are going to be doing another chit chat video. We're talking about Emily in Paris season 4. I'm very excited for this. This is one of those shows that I actually started watching a little bit before I started this channel, so we're gonna be talking about it. I haven't brought up Emily in Paris at all, but today we're gonna have a chit chat video. I did this for the Bridgerton like 2-part series thing, and now we're gonna do it for Emily in Paris. So this is our part 1 chit chat. I will be talking about part 2 when that comes out, and once I have watched it. I want to talk about the season as a whole, different characters, and the whole Netflix 2-part situation. I got a lot to say, and this time I'm organized, so this video will be a little bit more structured. But before we start today's video, if you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. And if you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're either one of those and you're not subscribed, definitely make sure to subscribe and put the post notification bell on so you never miss any of my videos. But without further ado, let's talk about Emily in Paris. So I have a little list here with a couple of points that I said I must hit on these. I must, because I'm sorry, but Netflix, the 2-part thing is not working for you, babes. You need to stop it. It's you tried it with Bridgerton, and we were like, oh, okay, maybe it's the showrunner, maybe it's the writing, but no, it's you, Netflix. You gotta stop this. It's not just the writing, it's not just the show running. The whole 2-part thing I don't think is really good. I feel like it rushes things. I feel like things that aren't fully fleshed out are able to be done in the 2-part forum or format. I feel like it makes it easier for you to just close things out without really saying anything, like a Lord Debling situation, which we will get into that in a little bit. But I don't like the 2-part thing. I'm not here for it. And honestly, it's giving Bridgerton part 1. Not much happened in this first part, in my personal opinion, at least when it comes to big, like, oh my god, relationship things, if you get what I'm saying. Like, there was nothing where the stakes are too high. I mean, actually, we did get that Camille is not pregnant, which I think is a big thing, but that could end in so many different ways. And I feel like there is a lot that was left open, and I feel like it will still be left open in part 2. Yeah, let's get into Emily and Gabrielle. Honestly, I'm not mad at them being together, but I can feel it that they are definitely not going to last. I think they're in a really good place. Like, they seem super cute together, and they seem, for the most part, like they're in a healthy relationship. Nothing seems like toxic to me, at least. I like them together, but I know it's not gonna last, especially with Camille not being pregnant. I think things for them may change, and I do have a theory on why it may change, but we'll get into that when we talk about Camille. Honestly, I thought it was gonna take a little bit longer. I like them together, as I said, but I wish we would have had more of a draw out. Now, I know like the past 3 seasons have kind of been a draw out, just them like hooking up and then not getting together. But I don't know, like I thought Alfie and her were gonna battle it out a little bit more, but they didn't. And I was very surprised that at the masquerade ball she chose Gabrielle, because homegirl is Miss straightforward to the point. I don't like the gray area, but she loved it with Gabrielle, if you get what I'm saying. Like, even when she did go into the gray area with him and the whole rooftop scene, she reverted back to like, I need structure, I need order kind of vibes. And I feel like Alfie is structure, order, all those things, when Gabrielle is kind of like, he got a lot going on. And I'm not saying that that's bad. I'm just saying he's got a lot going on. But I feel like they will be tested, and by the end of season 4, I don't think they're gonna be together. Now, since we got into Gabrielle and Emily, let's get into Alfie. I think they are going to do a Lord doubling situation with my boy Alfie. I think the masquerade ball happened like episode 3. He was not back in any of the episodes after that, and I feel like they're gonna do him how they did Lord Doubling in Bridgerton, where we do not see him again, we don't hear from him again. He suddenly either goes back to London or something like that. Antoine lets him work from London. I feel like it's gonna be that. I feel like they made it easy and they're just gonna write him off and he's just gonna be gone. And if you saw the little like sneak peek, first of all, what was that last sneak peek clip of them skiing? You call that a teaser for the second part? What the hell was that? Like, I was like, this makes no sense at all. I mean, I get that they're most likely gonna introduce, I'm positive he's Italian. He said ciao. My Duolingo. I'm positive they're gonna have an Italian man. I'm positive they're going to Italy just because I saw that the actress who plays Mindy Ashley, I don't know her last name, but she was in Italy and I think they were filming. I'm not positive though. Also, her and the actor who plays Nicola are together. I think they're a very cute couple. I have thoughts on Nicola and Mindy, but that's the point. They're gonna try and enter this new Italian man, which, hey, I'm not mad at it. I think Emily should have explored a little bit more. I know she did the whole like, oh, I went on a run, Mindy, and I saw so many men. But like, girly pop, I can call your bluff. I know you're still gonna go back to Gabrielle. Like, I know you're gonna do it. We all know you're gonna do it. We all know that Gabrielle is endgame. Like every Netflix show that has a love triangle, so to speak, or any type, even movies, they either end up alone, one, or they end up with the one that they always started with. Never Have I Ever did that. What other show did that? I'm trying to think. Whatever. I'll probably find more, but y'all know what I mean. They always do that where it's like you either end up alone or you end up with the one that you always started with and you kept going back with. It always happens. So I know that Gabrielle is most likely endgame. They're gonna be together. Whatever. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't get the point of having this Italian guy come in, to be honest. Like, yeah, another gorgeous man on our screen. Okay, but like we all know Gabrielle is endgame and I just want it to be over, and I hope that we don't do my boy Alfie like that, because truly I liked him as a character. I honestly liked him as a character. I think he should be a permanent cast member. I don't know if he is or not, but like I don't want him to just fade into the abyss like a Lord Doubling did. So yeah, I hope that we get him back. I hope he's on his villain era, to be honest. I hope he's on his villain arc. Like maybe he goes to JVMA and works for them. I don't know, but I want him back in the show. I don't want him gone. I like the actor. I've been following him since 2015 when he was in Scream Queens. So I would love to see Alfie continue on Emily in Paris. Okay, next thing, why is Antoine's divorce relevant? I mean, maybe it's relevant to Sylvie and Laurent and that whole thing, which I will get into, but like I think it's kind of irrelevant. And obviously he was the one in the carriage at the masquerade ball, you know, getting it, living his Bridgerton fantasy, you know what I mean? Because Emily had to fix his bow after he went back to go do the whole filming thing. But I'm like, why is this relevant? Maybe it's relevant because, oh my God, like maybe it's relevant because, oh my God, all these men want Sylvie. But like, okay, they made Eric and Sylvie like such a big deal, but then they were literally just like a little plot device to get Laurent and Sylvie back together. But like, why is Antoine's divorce important? Why is he giving little comments to Sylvie all the time? I feel like he was not doing this in the other seasons. Like, yes, they had their little affair, but I feel like he was never this direct. Not until he goes back to her man, you want to be this direct, like, Antoine. What are you doing? Like, actually, what are you doing, sir? I want to see if they actually do something with it. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Yeah. Also, he has some nerve to be making a perfume called Heartbreak because him and his wife are getting a divorce. Sir, what were you doing for all them years with Sylvie? Like, what? How do you think she felt? She needs all rights royalty deal. Like, she needs all rights to that perfume. I didn't like his wife, but like, come on. I'm still a girl's girl. That was wrong. That was wrong. Homegirl deserves all the profit from that perfume. I don't care what anybody says. Next, we have Laurent and Sylvie. I love them. I actually love them. I didn't know I needed them, but I love them. I was a little unsure of them in season 3. Like, I was like, oh, okay, she's getting back with her husband. I definitely need to go back and rewatch from season 1 to now. I did rewatch season 3, but to me, they seemed like they were just like chill back swinger kind of couple vibes. I mean, I think they may have had their like little bouts with him being in Central Bay and all that other stuff. I know I definitely said that wrong, but for the most part, like, I think they're so cute together. I love how obsessed Laurent is with Sylvie, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I think Sylvie is giving genuine. Like, I feel like she's in it. She's in it. She ain't looking at nobody else. She's like, nope. All right, Antoine. All right, my photographer man. I had my young man. I had my, older man. I had everything else, but I'm going back to my man. I'm going back to my main man. I feel like that's where Sylvie is right now. She's like, you know what? I'm going back to my main. Me and my man are we're in the same place right now. We're at the same place. We're walking the same road, We were definitely taking 2 different routes, but now we're on the same route and we're doing this together. That's what I mean. Also, I know Sylvie's mom is definitely gonna cause some trouble. I can already tell her being like, oh, we can discuss the arrangements for payback. Like, I know it's gonna be something crazy and it may test Sylvie and Laurent, but I hope they can survive because I really like them together. I think it's good for Sylvie, especially with the whole JVMA and the accusations of SA and things like that. I think her and Laurent together is really good, and I'm here for it. But yeah, go Laurent and Sylvie. I don't know what you would call their ship name. Savant. Oh, wait, no. It couldn't. Savant. Sylvant. I don't know. We love them, though. We love them. Now we're going to get into some side characters. Julian and Luke. First of all, love Luke. He's a little ray of sunshine, my clueless little man. I love also the look of the actor. I love his like white kind of fluffy hair and just his whole attitude. I love him as a character. Him and Marianne. I think they're cute together. I know homegirl lied. I know she's not a Michelin girly, but I completely understand. She said, I want my man back, and my man only wants me for this Michelin star. Now, should we have lied? No. Should we have known our worth? Yes. Oh, not my Duolingo. Oh, wait, let me do my lesson for today so I can keep my streak. Come secondo. But yeah, I love how they made up. Honestly, the first time watching it, I was like, Luke, you should be pissed. You should be angry. You should be furious right now. But then rewatching, seeing when he and her broke up and how upset he was and da-da-da, like, they genuinely love each other. This is a lie they can overcome. That's their relationship. Let them do them. I think they're very cute together. I loved the scene where she was like, oh, I keep telling you, I work for the phone company. I thought that was so cute. But yeah, I would love to see a little bit more of Luke and Marianne. Now, Julian. I completely understand why he was upset, but like, put your foot down a little bit more, sir. Like, put your foot down a little bit more. Now, I get why he left. Obviously, the whole thing with Sylvie, them asking for dirt on her and all that jazz. I get why he left. I wish maybe that could have been switched around. Maybe Julian could have left like season 3 and then season 4 he came back. Honestly, for me, I love a good draw out. I love a good enemies to friends again. Or like, I love when there's a bicker and they overcome it and they're better for it. You know what I mean? This one was just too short. I feel like in Netflix shows, they don't run it out long enough, you know? Give me 20 episodes and we can run this. We can keep it running. Also, that's another thing with the dividing things into parts. If you're going to divide things into parts, give me more content then. Give me more content. Instead of only putting out 10 episodes every 2 to 3 years, give me 10 episodes in that part 1. Give me 10 episodes in that part 2 if you want to divide things so much. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. Also, I would love like a weekly show instead of putting this into 2 parts. Give me this thing over 10 weeks. Like, do we not remember when shows would go till spring? They would start in the fall and the season would end in the spring. What happened to that? 8 episodes is literally like the first couple episodes of a Vampire Diaries. Freaking Gossip Girl. Like, let's bring back more episodes if we want to divide things into parts, okay? And also, like, the vibe of like weekly episodes, I don't know, I feel like it keeps the fandom community together. It keeps you very engaged. So if you want to divide things up, give me weekly. Give me something to look forward to every week. You know what I mean? Like, did we not just see Love Island? I mean, yes, reality TV is a little bit different, but like Love Island USA was pushing us through this summer. Like, it gave me something to wake up to. But yeah, I would have loved to see that drawn out a little bit. Obviously, I understand why he left. I would have left too. But like, Netflix, draw it out a little bit. Draw it out. Next, we have the product scandal. I don't know if I can say this on YouTube. The whole lube facial product scandal. I definitely think that's going to come back and bite them in the butt at some point. I don't know how big it'll be, but like, I feel like it'll bite them in the butt in some way, shape, or form. I don't know what it is. I also thought it was just weird. It was just a weird thing. If they don't use it as something in part 2, what was the point in putting that there? I mean, yeah, maybe it gave something, but like, if there's nothing else, why'd you give that to me? I didn't really need that. You could have added more scenes with Mindy and Benoit. Like, you could have done that. You could have done more of that than face lube. Like, I don't know what to say about that one. Let's get into Mindy and Nicola and Benoit and all that before I start talking about Camille, because Camille kind of goes into like the part 2 of it all and my predictions. I liked Nicola and Mindy in season 3. I thought it was really cool to see someone from Mindy's past, because we haven't seen any of Mindy's family. We've seen a couple of her like rich friends, but we haven't really seen anybody from her past that's like very close and consistently stays. Like, the friends came for like 1 episode and that was it. I like seeing, you know, her family, like kind of royalty money side with the life that she has built for herself on her own, being like Emily and Benoit and all that stuff. I like seeing them kind of collide, and I would have loved to see more scenes between Mindy and Benoit this season, or at least this half, let me say that, because we got the little them looking into each other's eyes at the club opening, but like, where did that come from? Yes, they had a moment at the end of season 3, but they didn't have any chemistry when they had the Eurovision scene, and then the next scene we see them together, I'm pretty sure, is them singing. So it's like, maybe build that up a little bit. Maybe have, this is bad and toxic, but like, maybe have her run to Benoit when there's a fight with Nicola or something. Maybe have her walking throughout the city and then see Benoit, I think is busking or something like that, seeing her cry over Nicola, and then that being like a thing. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, the whole chemistry while they're singing, yes, they have very strong chemistry, but like, you're testing a whole relationship right now, and I need more scenes in order to see that it's actually being tested, if you get what I'm saying. I know Nicola says that Mindy is more important than the business, but it is very clear and obvious that he definitely cares more about the business. And like, yes, things right now are definitely working in his favor. Like, the whole company talking about having his father step down, but like, what would happen if they didn't say that? Living a rough life for her? I don't know. I don't think so. That's my personal opinion, but I don't know. I don't think they're gonna last. But the fact that in real life, Mindy and him are together, not Mindy. Her name is not Mindy. Ashley and the actor who plays Nicola, I don't know his name. They're together. I think they're very cute. Like, when I found out they were together, I was like, oh, I saw some pictures from the premiere of this season. I was like, they are taking acting to a whole nother level. Is this method? Is this method acting I see? But yeah, I would love to see more scenes with Mindy and Benoit, maybe practicing for Eurovision or something like that. Also love the fact that she sold that dress and got the money. I would have raided that closet and sold like half of it and kept half of it for Eurovision. That's just me personally. I'm like, what about it? What about it? You gotta do what you gotta do. Like, I honestly love Mindy as a character, and I'm excited to see what happens with her love triangle. I also like the fact that, like, yes, Emily has her whole thing going on, but I like the fact that Mindy has a little something. Like, she's not just the side character who, never gets a love, never gets anything. Like, she's loved, she has her own life, she does her own thing apart from Emily, and I love that. I love that. Now, I didn't talk about it when I talked about Gabrielle and Emily and Alfie, but let's talk about Camille. Bro, this girl is so irritating. Like, literally, I get, yes, the cheating and everything, but after we made that pact and then broke the pact, I said, I'm out. You lost me. You've lost me. I'm out. I'm not doing it. And also, her mother, what are you doing, ma'am? What are you doing? Like, yes, I get you love your daughter, but like, you're too invested. You're too invested. You're putting too much into this right now. And I low-key feel like her mother probably was like, oh my God, get pregnant. And Camille tried. Like, I mean, obviously didn't work. Now that's a whole thing in its own. But yeah, her and Sophia, I genuinely thought Camille was over Gabrielle last season. Yes, she was gonna get married and do all that jazz, but when she blew everything up at the end of the season, I was like, oh, okay, we're done. She's with Sophia. Yeah, she's pregnant, but she's with Sophia. Now this season, it's like, did you and Sophia ever like each other, really? Did you really ever like each other? Because it's not giving what it gave last season. It's not. And honestly, once she sat down at that cafe with her friend and told her, like, oh, I'm not pregnant, I never was, I thought homegirl was gonna take the first trip, first flight, first train, whatever you gotta take to get to Greece from Paris. I thought she was gonna take the first thing out, to be honest, and just have I was about to say Gami. I don't want them together. But I thought she was just not gonna tell Gabrielle, because honestly, like, she's giving child. Even her running away and not telling nobody, like, it's giving, I don't like what's going on, so I'm clocking out and I'm not letting anybody know, and I'm gonna let people worry about me so I can feel better about myself. That's just me personally. Yeah, I don't like Camille. She's annoying. I don't even know why her and Emily are friends. Like, Emily was up there saying, oh my God, she was one of my first friends, she's one of my closest friends. Girl, my friend we would never make a pact, first of all, over a man. Second, we would never break it if we made it. And third, we would not air your dirty laundry out and blame you for my terrible relationship and the reason why I can't get married. No. Like, no. You're messy. Literally, every time she's like, oh my God, she's one of my closest friends, I'm like, what? Have y'all had a real friendship? Like, literally, whenever I see Emily and Camille talking, it's like Camille entering the restaurant while Emily's there talking to Gabrielle. Like, they have no scenes where it's just the two of them being genuine friends talking about something. Like, her and Mindy always have friendship scenes. Her and Camille have none. Camille is literally always entering a room and Emily's like, oh, hey, Camille, and then leaves because it's awkward. Because her and Gabrielle have chemistry. And Camille just came in and ruined that. Like, I don't get where the friendship is. I'm going to need Emily to stop saying that. I'm gonna need her to stop saying it. And honestly, like, Camille says she wants to be with Sophia and all this other stuff. She obviously still wants to be with Gabrielle. I don't know why she blew it up. Like, if you wanted to be with the man, why didn't you just marry him? Why didn't you just marry him? Why'd you blame it on everybody else? Why'd you break up Alfie and Emily? I mean, obviously, duh, Gabrielle would have never been happy. Emily would have never been happy. That's obvious. But, like, if you wanted the man so badly, why didn't you just marry him? Why didn't you just do it? Because you can't get away from him. You live right next door to him. Like, that was insane. And then the fact that they had their little own inside joke. And when I rewatched that, I was like, oh, okay. It was like both of them. Camille didn't do anything. But the fact that Camille started talking in French, no, I am not saying anything about talking your native language. I'm not trying to be that annoying person who's like, speak the proper language when you're around other people. But like, Camille, how she, because Gabrielle obviously spoke to her in English. He was like, oh, what do you think of the dessert? What's wrong with the dessert? And then she started speaking French and then like went into the whole story in French and made them feel excluded. I feel like that was to exclude Emily. I don't know what it is, but like it just gave like mean girl vibes. I don't know what it is. And I'm not saying you're mean if you speak your native language around England. I'm not saying that at all. But in that scene, like it just felt like that. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I rewatched it. And after rewatching it multiple times, I could be reading into it too much. I don't know. Just my personal opinion, though. Now, my prediction for the second half of the season with Camille. It could honestly go two different ways. Now, my number one thought after I finished it was, oh my god, she's gonna try and seduce Gabrielle and she's gonna actually get pregnant, and that's gonna ruin Emily and Gabrielle, because it's gonna be like how it was with Camille and Gabrielle, and then she found out that Emily slept with Gabrielle. Like, it's gonna be that, but reverse the ladies. You get what I'm saying? And I don't know if Emily would ever forgive him for that. There hasn't really been like anything where Emily has gotten cheated on in this show so far, so I don't know how she would kind of respond to that. I feel like for some reason she'd stand on business for the rest of this season, but then next season she'd be with Gabrielle. I don't know what it is. I feel like that would happen. And then I low-key feel like Camille would actually get pregnant and then run to Athens with Sophia and have the baby with Sophia for some reason. I don't know. I feel like that was my thought. Like, she get pregnant by Gabrielle. She could tell Gabrielle that she's pregnant or not and still run away. But the fact that her and Gabrielle even got together could break up him and Emily, if you get what I'm saying. And then she would go have the secret baby, or maybe not secret baby, in Athens with Sophia. And then we'd find out later on. We'd either have a time jump or the show continues to go on for longer. I don't know. But yeah, that was my first theory. A little confusing saying it out loud. I don't know if y'all will understand it completely, but that was my first theory. And then second theory is she runs this whole I'm still pregnant, and then it finally hits her, but she eventually ends up telling everybody that she's not pregnant. Or the friend that she told at the cafe tells Emily, because Emily and the friends were talking in the cafe at the beginning of the season, so they do have a somewhat understanding of talking about Camille, so it wouldn't be like the first time they're ever talking. It wouldn't come out of the blue. But yeah, and then Emily tell Gabrielle. But I definitely feel it will be revealed at the end of this season, or near the end somewhat. But I hope they don't rush it. I hope it's not rushed and like sloppy and underwhelming, because with these two parts so far, it's not giving what it gave when the whole thing came out. Or maybe it was always this bad and us binging, we didn't realize it. But now that we get parts, we actually can look at the parts and be like, oh wow, what are y'all doing? What's happening? Those were my thoughts on Emily in Paris so far. I think this video was a little bit more structured than my last one. Definitely let me know your thoughts and opinions about this season so far. Your predictions, I'd love to hear those. If you want to go check out any more of my videos, they probably have been popping up throughout this video, so definitely go click on them. Go check it out. Or just go hit the page. Browse. Stay a while. Definitely let me know if you have any suggestions for any shows or movies you guys want me to watch or talk about. If you like this video, make sure to like it. If you want to subscribe, definitely subscribe, because we're growing this family and it's here to life. Love ya.